So let's start from there. No more static stretching before rehearsal. Can we all agree on that? Now, dynamic stretching. How many of you have heard of dynamic stretching? This is using activity, using movement to gain range of motion and prep your muscles. So to warm your muscles up before rehearsal. That's what your marching band needs to be doing prior to moving. Think about if you're about to go march, you tend to do a visual rehearsal beforehand. You would not stand there and do a music rehearsal and then go march and expect everything to go hunky-dory. You need to do the same thing, prep your muscles by warming up before you go into visual rehearsal. You see the football team before their games, doing some of these, all that. Those are variations of dynamic warm-ups. That's what we need to apply to marching band. Too much running. This is another mistake bands make. Marching band is not all cardio. It's not even steady state cardio. You end up doing 16 counts that way, 8 counts that way, 12 counts that way, hold for 10. You have a lot of interval training going on within that. You need to be doing interval training with your band. You don't need to be going and trying to run a mile every day thinking that's going to make you better off. Running is just as much of a skill as playing your instrument is. A lot of bands teach muscle imbalances with their workouts. How many of you had to do push-ups in band? How many of you had to do planks in band? What side of your body did you just train? The front side. Did you do anything for the back side of equal value? They wonder why they don't have a big sound. Well, you spent 30 minutes every rehearsal teaching them how not to have a big sound. So everything that you do matters when it comes to training. The next mistake that I see is poor exercise dosage. This is not an area that many programs even know what it means. Exercise dosage, you need to think of in the same terms as you think of your medical dosage. If you're taking an anxiety drug, you don't want to double dose. You're going to be knocked out for the rest of the day. So it's the exact same when you go into exercise. If you want to gain muscle control, motor control we call it, the ability to execute a movement over and over again, do that like 30 to 50 times. There's no limit to how many times you need to do that. Think of marching. How many times do we take a first step during the season? Over and over and over. That's a motor control skill, a motor coordination skill. You can do those as many times as you want. If you're using your training program to develop a certain motor coordination skill, do it a lot. Don't do 10 reps and then say bye. Another mistake is band directors are inconsistent. It takes 6 to 8 weeks to get past what we call neural adaptation in the rehab world. That means it takes 6 to 8 weeks for the nerves coming down from your brain to be able to tell your muscles what to do to execute this movement. The muscles aren't going to grow in those 6 to 8 weeks. They're going to learn what they're supposed to do. So your program needs to last the entire season, or you're not going to get any benefit out of it. Last one, you put the wrong person in charge. If you have poor leadership in this area, you're going to get poor results from this. You can only give what you have. If you don't have this skill, you can't give this skill set to your band.